Well, hi, Alec. I wanted to give you a little walkthrough on the pump. So this should look familiar. Now it's got this is the point at which you'll want to wrap the tube around the spindle, and then it's hard to do with one hand with the other on the camera, so it's not going to be very jittery. Then this piece here will slide in and connect with the other. Now pinch in, so you see, hey, it doesn't want to go. Just pinch in on the side a little bit. Okay, it's got a little flex to it. With just this in place, if you hold this, I'm going to call this the hose clamp. We can run it. I've got a can of water over here, the source water, and over here is the the output of the pump. So there's the overall picture, and there you notice they're at the same level. And what you want to do is to prime the pump. Basically, I just sucked on this end, and I think you can see where the water is. It's right there. I just sucked enough water to get it so that there would be water in the tube going through the spindle and a little bit farther. And I think you can see right here. That's where the water is. So it's going to take the pump to push that the rest of the way. So let's go ahead and turn the pump on here. And if you're testing this clamp will be pushed away by the hose. Now, of course, the bolts will hold them in place. You can see by the gap. So I'm going to use one hand to hold. Let's just see how this goes. I'm going to turn it on. Okay. So you see how it pushed the clamp away. I put the clamp back, and you can see the water being pushed. It's going to take a few more strokes to get it over the hump where it's actually moving water to your source. Come on, baby, you can do it. Oh, almost. Now we're skipping steps. There, it's going. Notice how we're not getting full cycles? Okay, and that's because this stupid stepper motor driver is overheating. And man, I cannot wait to throw these away. If you have an issue with the hose, you just take the cover off. Let me show you the cover. That's one thing that took quite a bit longer. Remember I told you I was having difficulties with the transparent filament, and in a lot of ways I'm still not real satisfied with it. There's kind of a yellow tinge to it, which I tried to get rid of, and then I finally realized that is in the filament itself, because I shined a flashlight into the roll of filament, and it's yellow. Okay. Although the individual strands do not look yellow, when it is layered upon itself, that's when the yellow comes through. So basically, one thing I really like, this clamp idea is really pretty nice design, and the fact that you can, if there's any issues, really easy to assemble. If you have an issue with the hose, you want to replace the hose, or worried about the hose, you can take the top off, take this clamp out, or just move the clamp out and rearrange the hose any way you want. Put it back you can test it before you put the cover back on. If you could either screw these in, you could just temporarily put the bolt in there. That would be enough to keep the clamp in place. Test the pump, and when you're happy, put the clamp on, or put the top on. The heads of the bolts, if they're moving around, then the thing is working. Yeah, well, so let me know what you think. And I'm going to I've got 4 of these. for you, 3 plus a complete spare, and that's exactly how many of these bearings that I have. I've got 24 of these bearings, and there are 6 per, take a look at the spindle here. There's two bearings on each of these 3 posts, so that's 6 per pump, and 4 times 6 is 24, I'm pretty sure. So the 24 bearings will give us 4 complete pumps, 3 plus a spare. If it turns out you ever need more, I can always certainly run more. I printed all of the parts for 4 pumps. I just need to assemble them. And I think the way that I'm going to assemble them is to just loosely put them together with the top plate kind of loosely screwed in, because you'll want to run, first thing you'll do is, run your hose through here. So the first thing you will do is to take the top off, take the clamp out, run your hose, then test it by just hand tight like this, and then when you're happy, you can put the plate on. I guess I was going to show you the mount. Going to sit. Let me hold this up. There's the mount. There's the back view. Okay. And so there are screws on, and there are bolts embedded in to the bottom, to the support plate here. So you'll be able to mount these on a rail, and if you drill holes, then you can run a bolt through, and it will catch. This nut is glued in. It's embedded and glued in. There, M3 is the bolt size, M3 standard thread. And there's actually 3 of them. 2 would be plenty, but there's, oh wait, and yeah, they do all have nuts. All 3 of them. I'm just looking at the bottom there. All 3 of, you see, all 3 of them do have nuts. That looks kind of cool, on its side. That's the way it will look mounted. All right. Let's see, what else should I tell you? So all the hardware will be included for all 4 of them. I'm going to test each one of them before I send them to you to connect the stepper motors, but it's just standard color code on the stepper motor. They are NEMA. Oh, there's no plate on it. So, oh, by the way, they are 200 steps per revolution. So, for example, this Arduino code that I slapped together to do 1 revolution, it's a loop that steps 200 times. Go buy some better drivers, than this thing. And they're not expensive. You can, gosh, I got these off on eBay, and they are the standard low-end ones, and I think I would just go a step up at least, instead of, a 20-cent driver, maybe splurge and do a dollar driver to make this thing work. Okay, but, I thought the priming was going to be an issue, and it's really not. It's just, I just grab the end of the hose and suck on it, and the nice thing, this hose, you can see where the water is. In fact, as you look here, you can see, there's obviously air bubbles, and so you can actually watch as you suck on the end, you can watch the water line. You can just follow it, and then, to where you want it to go. So I really like the transparency of it, and that's why I like the transparent cover too, so you can see what is going on. Well, let's see, that's about all I have to say about it. I guess, give me some feedback. Is there anything you want me to check before I wrap this up? Now, the hardware that I am not supplying is the M3 screws for the bottom. The nuts are there, like I said, but I don't know what length you're going to want to bolt those things down. All right, well, that's about it. Go ahead and give me some feedback. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to check, or if there's anything that you, before I send them to you. Okay? All right. Talk to you later. Bye.